Hey everyone, welcome to Read Pookie Read. Hey, how we doing today? I think I'm doing good. I just drank my coffee. Um, so today I am going to read Ruby and Rufus. Love the water. Look at that. It's a very small book. Okay, very small book. And this one is by Oliver Dunrea. I hope I said it right, Mr. Dunrea. If I don't, I apologize. Okay, that is what we are reading today. Um, let's go over the book, parts of the book. So this is a spine. Okay, this one right here is the front cover of the book, and this one in the back is that back cover of the book. Okay. I love how this book, the front cover of this book looks like. It looks like we're going to, I don't know. I think it looks like it has to do with water. I think it has to be with water. That's what I believe, okay? Um, um maybe do you think they're gonna be playing on the water, maybe? Could be, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be that. Um I like the simplicity of this drawings. They're like very clean and very simple. Now, I like this one that it says in like in the first, like in the front cover, there's a little message right there. You can see it. It says, Ruby and Rufus loved the water. They played on the pond every day. But what will they do when the pond turns ice? Oh my goodness. So it looks like, if you notice on the cover, you can see they're playing on the water and you can see some of the water splashes right there. So based on what we know, this pond is going to turn into ice. So when there's ice, can you really swim in the ice? I don't know. I've never done it before, so I don't think you can. But let's see what they do. Okay, let's check it out. By the way, I got this book from the Arlington Public Library here in Texas. They gave you a big hint where Pookie lives. Okay, so a book starts with something such as this. This is like a positive message for somebody very important for Mr. Dunrea. Okay, and it says for our beloved Molly and Gabe, who love the water. I think whoever Molly and Gabe is, have to be very special people. It starts, this is Ruby. This is Rufus. So this is Ruby right here. Okay. So Ruby has that. You see the circle? Oh, hold on. Right there. So you see how her hat looks, and we know she's a girl. And this is Rufus. Looks like Rufus is different. Look at his hat. They look totally different. Okay. Ruby loves to swim, dive in the pond. Okay. So this is Ruby. So she likes to swim on the pond. Okay. So you can see that she's diving into. Let's see what Rufus loves. It says Rufus loves to back dive in the pond. Huh. So dive, but look at the way he jumps into the water. Look at that. That is different from Ruby. Ruby goes forward. Rufus is backwards. Look at that. That's how he jumps. It's different. Hmm. Have you ever had a brother and a sister that you guys do different things? But you still do the same thing, but you just like doing different ways. Like, for example, if you like a peanut butter sandwich, you might not like the ends of the sandwich, right? Or the crust. You might ask mommy and daddy to take that crust out and just leave it plain. Others will like the whole sandwich, the whole bread. So that's how it is. They like it both ways. Okay. Ruby and Rufus love the water. They swim on the pond all day. So they swim in the pond all day. Look at that. Hmm. What do you think they're using right there to stay safe on the water? Hmm? That's like one of those inflatable boats that they can just ride on the water. See that? And it helps them stay safe. Okay. I like this. Okay, let's see. They swim in the rain. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'll be swimming on the rain. But then again, they're already wet, right? So that sounds like interesting. They swim when it's windy. So they swim all the time. Okay, so if they're in the rain, look at that. They're still swimming. That is pretty cool. Now, if it's windy, they're still swimming. Look at what is going on with the water. You think that's safe? I don't know. I don't think that's safe. If it's windy and you're a small child, you know, the wind can carry you away. You see what's going on with those leaves? So maybe it's not a safe thing to um, swim when it's windy. Another thing is about the water. I don't know. I don't think it looks safe when you're doing that during the war when it's raining because it could attract electricity. Um, yeah, I don't think it's safe. So maybe you just to wait until it's like not windy or raining. Unless of course you have a indoor pool, then it's different. Ruby and Rufus swim on the pond every day. Every day they are there. Now, right here, they have some kind of new friends right there. You see the new friends that they have. So if you notice in here, there's a bird and a snail. Okay, so you have see the bird right here, and then the snail right there, very tiny one, but they're there. Look at that. And also, you can see frogs, and there's a fish as well. Look at that. There's some frogs. There's some fish right there. I don't know if they're trying to catch the fish, but they're right there swimming with them. When you go swimming at the lake, there might be some frogs. You might not see it, but there might be some in there. And of course, there's some fish in there as well, and birds. One cold winter morning, Ruby and Rufus swampered to the pond. The water was frozen. Oh, goodness. What do you think is going to happen? Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to swim? It says that they swim every day, but can you really swim when it's cold or frozen outside? It is very dangerous because you can get sick. get a cold, pneumonia, stuff like that. Very dangerous. So you can't swim in a cold weather outside, especially if the water is frozen. Ruby tapped the ice with her bill. Rufus taps the ice with his foot. So the bill is the beak. You see right there. Okay, so she's tapping. Okay, and then you can see Rufus doing the same thing with his foot. He's doing this. It's frozen. There's nothing. So I don't think they can do that. I don't know. Would they be able to swim today? I don't think there's a possibility. Ice honks, Ruby. Ice honks, Rufus. Honks. That means that probably they're mad. They like doing like this. It means that what? There's ice. So they can't do nothing. And it's still snowing. What other activities do you think they can do when it's snowing like that, or it's so cold outside? Let's see if they can find out what can they do when it's snowing, or the river or the pond it's ice. Ruby slides across the ice on her feet. Rufus slides across the ice on his chin. Oh, so you know that when you go outside and you don't have the right shoes, but it's snowing and it's icy, you can slide and then you might fall, right? So that is what's going on with Ruby. Look at Ruby right there. So she slides because she didn't prepare for the ice. She prepared to go to swimming. Look at Rufus. Just like he is sliding with his chin. Chin, this part right here. Okay. They strike across the ice. Oh, this kind of might sound a little fun, but dangerous at the same time. So look at what they're doing right there. So they got on their inflatable pool, we can say, protector, and they're sliding across. Now that could be dangerous, okay? Because no adult is there to guide them how to do that. Okay? Don't do that by yourself. Make sure your parents are there. Because if no adult is there, this is what could happen. Ruby and Rufus love the frozen pond. They say they love it. Look at that. So they're like, they fell off that inflatable pool. I hope they're okay. Let's check it out. This is Ruby. She loves to dive. This is Rufus. He loves to swim. Okay, so it's not snowing anymore. So it looks like the pond went back to its norm, which is water. So it's no longer winter, because in winter is when we have ice and snow. So it looks like it might be spring or summer. This is Ruby. She loves to slide. This is Rufus. He loves to glide. So we're just going over things that they did probably during the summer, not the summer, but winter. That's pretty cool. That is Ruby right here. She's sliding. This is Rufus and his inflatable balloon, a pool. Ruby and Rufus love the pond all year long. Now, I love how this ends because now we see that they're able to do more than just swimming. So if they cannot swim, they can just go slide. They can go. It looks like they created a snowman right there. Look at that snowman. Now, the only thing I would say about this book is they're not dressed for winter. They still have the caps, unless those are hats for winter. And I think they need some boots right there. Maybe some jackets because it's so cold. I hope you like this book. So this is Ruby and Rufus Love the Water. Okay. I like this book. It was very simple, very nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, next week, we are going to read one of my favorite books. And this one is a very, very inspirational book. And it's called The Giving Tree. Look at that. The Giving Tree. This is what we're going to read next week. Same time, 9 o'clock here in Pookie Channel. This book is by Shel Silverstein. Shel Silverstein, The Giving Tree. Now they have a nice picture of him right here as well. Okay. That's Mr. Silverstein. And this book is a very famous book. I love this book. It's like it's a very inspirational book. I hope you guys can come. And like we promised yes, Alan, this is a great book. It has a great message. If you want to know what the great message is, come back and see me next Friday. Now, I mean, not Friday, Saturday. Oh my goodness, I don't even know the dates that we have. Okay, so today I am going to choose a character. Yes, I'm going back to my Marble Encyclopedia. I don't know. Let's see what character it comes out. Let's check it out. Oh, thank you, Alan. Saying he's gonna be here. That is awesome. Okay, let's see what character should we talk about. This one, I have a complaint about this Marble Encyclopedia. It's like they don't have it's like the information they provide is outdated, or there's not enough clear information. But then again, right, this is the encyclopedia. Encyclopedia gives you a broad general idea of what the character might be. I just wish that it had a little bit more explanation on what each character, I guess, witness a little bit more of their life on it. I'm going to talk about somebody who I don't know how I feel about this character. Maybe y'all can help me and see how do you feel about it. But it's the famous Nick Fury's, okay? Nick Fury. Okay, that's him. Now, in this picture, notice that the original Nick Fury, he was of white race, while in the Avenger movies, we see him as black race, which is not bad. It's a good one. I like it that they are giving us a good broad of different cultures in this in the movies. Now, sometimes I like Nick Fury, sometimes I don't. But let's read a little bit and see what we can find. Maybe I can, like him a little bit more. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, his real name is Nicholas Joseph Fury. Nicholas Joseph Fury. Okay, check it out. His occupation, he's a spy master. He's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. His base is a mobile helicarrier. So if you saw the movie and you remember on the first Avenger, Nick takes what's his name, Captain America, and it's like a big chip on the I forgot the word, on the air, okay? And you see that it's a huge airplane. It's almost like it's just invisible airplane, but not invisible, but it has technology. Okay? Now his height is 6 feet 1 inch. That's pretty tall. Weight is about 225. Okay, it's not a big, but just a lean man. His eyes are brown. Hair is brown, gray at temple. So he has some gray hair somewhere right here. And his first appearance was in 1963. May, by the way, my birthday is in May. In May. I'm hoping to get some barbecue. I love barbecue. Okay, let's get back on track. Okay, I'm getting off the track here. Let's see. How did his story started? I don't know. Let's check it out. It says Nick Fury grew up as the main streets of Hell's Kitchen. Oh, Hell's Kitchen. Y'all know who is in Hell's Kitchen? Daredevil. Yes. In New York during the Great Depression of 1930s, recruited by Happy Sam Sawyer, who could serve as his commanding officer for most of the war. Yes, barbecue. Yes. I'm hungry already. Okay, hold on. Let me go back and read. So what did you? Okay, hold on. Let me go back. So who served as his commanding officer for most of the war? Fury enlisted in the U.S. Army at the outbreak of World War II, eventually becoming the sergeant in command of the Howling Commandos, an elite unit of Able Company, given the most dangerous mission. Yes, that's all we know about him. Now, everything else is just a lot of like, I guess his missions, we can say, but there's not a lot about his background story. Like where he's coming from, who is him, why it's him being agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so important. So we don't know any of that. Now it says the enemy within S.H.I.E.L.D. So if you remember, and I might be wrong, but correct me on this one. So on Civil War, right? That's when everybody is just like separate. Is a Civil War or this is the first Avenger movie, where we know that they're Hydra. There's some spies of Hydra already incorporated in Avengers complex or whatever you call it. Okay. So not the complex, I think organization. Yeah. And so how did all this started? I just want to know how this Agent Shield started, and how this organization started. Now I do know, mind you, but the encyclopedia doesn't give us any of that information. So it's like it's an incomplete encyclopedia. So if I'm buying an encyclopedia, how come you don't have that type of information there? Anyway, so let me keep going. Now it does give us like essential stories where he appear. It give us information about what type of mission he went in, but honestly, nothing in depth of what his character is. What is the true meaning of his character and why it is so important to Shield? So that's one thing I am very disappointed about this Marvel Encyclopedia. They just give us a bunch of nonsense information. Okay? No disrespect, but come on. It's an encyclopedia. Anyway, I'm tired of that one. That's how disappointed I am. Okay. So I want to say about us. Did y'all find some of those what do you call it? One of those, oh, what are they? Oh yeah. That McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Okay, I'm still looking, and I'm still waiting. I got this one is number 5. And it is horseshoes again. Okay, I don't know what to do, but I'm still missing about 6 of them, I think. So yeah, no. Yeah. This McDonald's toys, y'all, is making me spend money. You know, they should at least just like, hey, have all of them at one McDonald's instead of going to different McDonald's. You know, that way I can just buy whatever I need, just in one location. But no, I have to go to different locations just to get this one. Yes, this Georgie. It looks cool, Ellen. I'm just mad I don't have the other ones though. But let me put it back in the little box though. Now let's see what else. This one, number 7. 7. Okay. I think I already have this one. Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. This McDonald's people. Well, not McDonald's. I apologize, McDonald's people. You guys are awesome. It's just the company sometimes. Yeah, Rosalina. That's the sister. I already got her. I need the sister. If you have the sister, let me know. Okay, that's it for today, y'all. I didn't get nothing. So, don't forget for next week. Here, same location, same channel, but with a new book. We are going to be reading. Don't forget the Giving Tree. The Giving Tree. This is a good book. Very, very good book. So, let's see y'all next week here in this same channel at Read Bookie. Read. Goodbye. Peace out.